up? Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, East Coast. Good morning, West Coast. It's currently 12:01. Welcome to the Daily Motivation Call. Only if you guys knew what I went through this morning to get here, but I'm here on the call, on time, ready to rock and roll. Today is Thursday. Today's Thursday, and we're ready to make it happen. Sounds like Jules is already on the call.
Yeah, brother.
Cool deal. Let's rock and roll. We're going to do something a little bit different today, right? We're just going to go with the flow today. If you're new to the call, we are building the greatest community of people developing the mindset to win. We've been here a little over 4 months now, and we're going to be here till whenever, all right? We're going to be here to the end of time. We're just going to be here every single day, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, making it happen, whether it's myself, Jules, some other leaders that start to come up in any of their organizations and decide to lock arms with us and help us build this community of people developing their mindset, developing their gratitude muscles, right? Getting to the point where they wake up in life and all they think about is all the positive things that are happening around them, all the positive things that are happening to them, and all of the things that they do have in their possession and make things happen. That's what we're doing. We're building that kind of community. People that are strictly focused on success, focused on improving themselves. Success doesn't have to be a monetary thing. Success could simply being able to get through college. It could be climbing the corporate ladder. Right? It could be starting your own business. It could be finding the love of your life. Success is your definition of success, whatever it is to you. We're just here to help you wake up and move forward and get the job done no matter what, because we're building the greatest community of people developing the mindset to win. For the last couple of weeks, we've been focusing on a book called called the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And we've been focusing simply on leadership, how to lead ourselves, because if we don't know how to lead ourselves, we can't possibly lead anybody else into prosperity. But most importantly, it starts in our mind. Prosperity starts in the mind. Abundance starts in the mind. Success starts in the mind. Gaining respect of others starts in the mind. Right? Anything you want to do in life starts in your mind, and you have to really focus on it so much that it's going to get you to take action towards making those thoughts a reality. But until you realize that everything, the power to do anything you want in life is between your two ears, when you realize that all the power is right there between your mind, you finally step into your power, you finally wake up and realize that's what it is, and I can get anything done, magical things can happen in your life, definitely. I think we are on the law of timing. The law of timing.
That'll be the one.
Oh, I thought Jules said something. We're definitely on the law of timing right now, and I've mentioned it several times because about 90% of the callers on this call are in the online marketing industry, network marketing industry, and we're in the best of times right now. We're in a time where some of the best programs are being created. Some of the bigger leaders are really starting to really share a lot of the ways that they're making success on the internet. You can really start to build a business on the internet for very little money. I mean, you can run ads for very little money, but the compensation behind it is tremendous, right? If you just start doing the work, if you just start testing and tweaking some things, really making some sacrifices, right, like we talked about yesterday, to start doing some different marketing campaigns and locking arms with other people to really learn this stuff, you're in the best time possible to do that. You're in the best time to be able to create an income for yourself and create a lifestyle for yourself that you're flexible. You can move and shake anywhere you want to go in the world, in the country, and still be able to generate income from home. I mean, you're in the best place. You got the best technology. You can literally turn on a computer with a camera on it and start connecting with people across the world and having these transactions. We talked about that a few weeks ago, to literally have transactions, these digital transactions happen for you over and over and over again. You're in the best position right now to create a residual income for yourself. Maybe you don't want to be a multimillionaire, but just to be able to create multiple streams of income for your multiple bills that are coming in anyway, that's a magical thing, to really be able to free yourself up to do the things you want to do in life. Some people want to work a job because they like exactly what they do at their job. That's fantastic, but you'll be able to really do your job to the best of your ability when you're not worrying about the financial burden, when you're really not worrying about the job paying for your lifestyle or paying for, your car or paying for your mortgage, when you don't have to worry about that anymore, when you can really go to work, happy, excited, right, to get the job done. There's two things that can stop people from being happy at their job. Either the people you work around suck, or the income's not that great and you're constantly stressed about the bills that you have to pay. So you can't really focus on your job 100%. You can't do, 100%, 110%. You can't do it because you're constantly focusing on all the undone things in your mind. And most of the time, it's either income or it's health. One of the two.
Hey, Mike.
But when you,
Mike,
what's up, brother?
Hey, can I chime in on the job thing?
Yes, please.
It's such an interesting area, right? A lot of us build our business online, and we say, screw the job, go build your business online. And many of us, like Mike and myself, we love what we do, right? We love helping people in the position and the job that we have. And if you have a job, one of the things I want you to think about is, are you a yes man or yes woman at your job? Meaning, can you have the balls to say, no, that's bullshit, that's a bad decision, and no, I will not implement that? Because there is a very big difference between having the ability to walk away from a job because you're not tied to it because of money and you're doing it because you really love it, and having the ability to say, no, guys, that is a bad decision. That's not the right solution. That's not the right solution for our customers. That's not the right solution for our employees, whatever the case may be. It's very, very different when you're not tied to an income for the job. Because 99% of people out there that are working a job, they in it because they need the income in order to survive, right? They need it to pay for their mortgage, their food on the table, their kids to go to school, all those kinds of things. For a lot of us, we build businesses on the side. And when you build the business on the side and you're not tied to the job income, it's very, very different when you go to work. And even though you're not a vice president, even though you're not a director, or even though you're not, some high-level executive, you can stand there and say, no, that's a bad solution, and here's the reason why. And here is the right solution. And if you don't implement the right solution, then, there's no point in me continuing to work here.
Absolutely.
It's a very different ballgame when you can do something like that. And I've personally done that in many of my positions. And having the ability to do something like that automatically boosts your leadership ability and boosts your net worth, your asset as an employee is within that company, because you are now able to position yourself in being the person that does the right thing, not the yes thing, right? Because you have a lot. I mean, I know all of you experienced this, right? You've experienced the position of the manager comes and tells you to do something, and you're like, that is totally ass backwards, right? You're like, that is so dumb. That is a waste of time. Why would we do something like that, right? That doesn't make any sense. That's not efficient, right? We've all experienced those kind of managers, and it's like, well, but, the VP said we need to do this, and this is how we're going to want it done. And you're just going to be like, that's dumb. That's a waste of company money, and that's not efficient, right? But if you're in a position of, I need this job because I need the money, you just got to go along with it. And that's why people hate their jobs, because you get sucky decisions, and then you're stuck with it because you need the money. But if you're in a position where you don't need money and you just do the job because, you enjoy the people that you work with, because a lot of us have coworkers that we work with that become lifelong friends. Why? Because we got each other's back in the trenches. We enjoyed working together. We achieved success together. So it wasn't that the job was this terrible, tyranny thing of a jail. We enjoyed working. We enjoyed the work. It was just that we were tied to an income, and we weren't able to do the job to the best of our abilities. And there's a very big difference there. Very big difference there when you can do a job to the best of your abilities and make the decisions that are right, no matter what level you're at, right? Whether you're an intern, whether you are, a junior, whether you're a senior, or whether you start getting into management, right? Being able to do the best job possible, that's a big difference in doing the job, and a big difference in having the enjoyment when you do the job, right? Because you can't, if you got to implement somebody's stupid, crappy idea, and you're like, what the hell? Like, this is dumb, right? And you just know, you can see the financials doesn't even make sense, right? but yet you have somebody above you pushing it down and saying you are going to do this, then you're just like, why? This is a waste of my time and effort, and I can't even do it the right way and do it for the right reason. Right?
Absolutely.
So, anyways, I just want to drop that on there because I see it a lot, and it's not something I believe in. I believe in working because you really enjoy it. The job is a job. I mean, it pays you good money and you enjoy it, or even if it pays you little money. A lot of people work for nonprofits, and you don't make a lot of money working for a nonprofit, or maybe you work a government job, and the government job is for the people. You don't make a lot of money, but if you really enjoy the work, that's fantastic. Because if you're going to spend like 1/3 of your life doing it, you better enjoy it.
Yep. You can hear his passion about that, and I love it. Like I said earlier, it's two things that really make us stressed out. It's either money or health, right? Or money for either ourselves, health for ourselves, health with a family member, and you're in the right timing right now. You're in the right circumstance, right situation right now. Whatever the vehicle you have can definitely do that for you. It can create the income that you need. It could create the time that you need. Most importantly, just the time, right? And, just to really help you, get lighter on your feet, just help you so much. And just calls like these as well, just to help you focus on, the positives that's happening into your life. It's very, very important. And the combination of the two, man, can definitely help you create the life that you're looking for. And most importantly, I hope everybody's focusing on that life that they're looking for, right? Some of you just want to be free. Some of you just want to hang out on the beaches of the world and, live the laptop lifestyle, and that's cool. Go ahead, go for yours. And every morning I want you to just wake up and picture that and, really be in that moment every single day that you get up, and know that every single thing that you're doing every day, every person that you're reaching out to, every no that you get, every up and down that you go through, just know it's all for a reason, it's all for a purpose. It's going to get you to exactly where you need to be, right? Because when the time comes and that life that is waiting for you, once it's in your lap, once it's you actually living that life, you're gonna enjoy it so much more. Because you're going to look back and understand everything that you went through to get there. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to be so light on your feet. You're going to be open and willing to teach other people how to receive it. And if they don't want to hear the information, you're still going to smile and walk away and still be able to live that life that you're looking for. So every single day, make sure you're creating that image in your mind. Every time you get lazy, every time you get a little frustrated, create that image of what you want. Right, create that image of where you're going. Right now is the time to keep working at it, to keep going, because the things that you're learning now, right? Companies are going to start seeking out people like us, and they're already doing it now. They're like, wow, you're making all these sales. How are you doing this by yourself? How is this working? There's so many brick and mortar businesses that have no clue how to reach out to people on the internet. They have no clue how to build this. So, this in of itself is another career, to be able to consult people. There's so many things that you have in your possession. There's so many ways you can go and make money right now with the skills that you're learning every single day, because it's the ways. It's what life is going to be like, period. Internet is the life, right? It's how business is going to be done. It's how business is doing now. When you can literally walk into a bank, I have a bank, right, that I go to. The only time I go to the bank is literally if I want to go to the ATM. Other than that, I deposit checks on my cell phone, right? You make transactions on your cell phone. I buy things on my cell phone. It's like, I'm super mobile now, right? You go in the bank, it's like a freaking a desert in there because everybody's so mobile these days. But yet there's so many people who still don't get it, and they need us to be able to teach it to them. Right? They need us to teach them how to either function on a day-to-day basis using the internet. They need us to teach them how to make an income from home on the internet. Right? They need us to teach them these things. If you're new to the call and you're like, what are these people talking about? Like I said earlier, most people on the call are entrepreneurs. They're internet entrepreneurs, and that's what we study all day, every day. We study how to literally create income from the internet, be able to live a mobile lifestyle. If that's something you're interested in, just holler at the person that introduced you to this call, and they can assist you with that. Other than that, we also focus on motivation, mindset, getting people in the right frame of mind. Today's Thursday, so you probably made your goals on Monday, and you're ready to knock them out by Friday. You don't want to go into the weekend. This weekend, you don't want to go into setting goals. You want to set goals for the next week. You don't want to go fighting trying to get the job done. So I want you guys to really, after you get off this call, I want you to really write down 5 things that you need to do right now, 5 income-producing activities that you can do right now, because right now we're in the right timing, right? Everything's right. Everything's perfect for you right now. Write down those 5 income-producing activities. I want you to do them, and I want you to do them with every fiber in your body. If you got to make 2 sales today, I want you to go out there and make 2 sales today. Don't think about how you're going to do it. Just write down those 5 income-producing activities and just go and just move. Right? Don't think twice. Don't look backwards. Just move. Don't be hesitant. Oh, this person might not be interested. Just move. Just send them a message. Start reaching out to people on your social media platform and grow your business, right? And when you're writing down these income-producing activities, I want you to think about your future. I want you to think about what you're fighting for. I want you to think about why you're doing these kooky things like blogging and videos. I want you to think about exactly why you're doing these income-producing activities and just do them. Don't be hesitant today. Don't be hesitant today. Today's your day. Today's your day to make it happen. Today's your day to make $500. Today's your day to make your first $100. Today's your day to make the threshold of $1,000. Today's your day to do that. I want you to put that in your mind today. I want you to implant it in your mind, right? I don't want you to be hesitant. I don't want any negativity to come in there at all. I want you to plant it right in your mind today. Say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, right? And you go out there and you do it today and you make it happen. Do whatever you need to do to get the job done today, because your future is on the line. Your legacy is on the line, right? Your family, your life is on the line. Everything is on the line. All your hard work is on the line. It's on the line today, right? Understand that this is the right timing. Today is the right timing. You're in the right position. You're in the right position to create the life of your dreams. You're in the right position to make those dreams materialize, guys. We're down to 12:18. Jules, I don't know if you want to chime in, my brother. I'm just kind of going today, talking to the callers.
Yup. Actually, you know what? Let me just jump into the chapter real quick and cover something that they had in the chapter. I think is really important because, you know, we're talking about timing, and today's call is all about the law of timing. And basically, this chapter, just summarize it in like 2 sentences. Basically, this chapter is about doing the right thing at the right time. All right. Any other equation of that equals failure. All right. Success equals doing the right thing at the right time. Any other combination of doing the right thing at the wrong time or doing the wrong thing at the right time, it doesn't work. Right. You're gonna fail. Okay. So the bottom line of this chapter is doing the right thing at the right time equals success. All right. So that's this chapter in 2 sentences, right? Or one equation, that's this chapter, okay? If you want to get all the details and all the golden nuggets, then you can get the book, MindSetToWin.com, and read the whole chapter, okay? And so, but I want to point out to you 2 things in this chapter, right? With timing and learning how to do the right thing at the right time, like how do you learn how to do that, right? I'm going to give you the golden nugget here. That is all about getting experience. Okay? The more experience you have, the more you're going to learn how to do the right thing at the right time. But if you're inexperienced, you're going to have a very difficult time doing the right thing at the right time, right? And they have several things that they mention here on how you can learn how to do the right thing at the right time, the factors of the law of timing. I'm going to go through them real quick, and then I'm going to go back and point out a few things. They say the factors of the law of timing is understanding your environment, your maturity, your confidence, your decisiveness, your experience, your intuition, and your preparation. All right? So I said that, you know, in order for you to really learn how to do timing, you got to have experience, right? It's one of the things that they mention in there. How do you get experience, right? Experience comes from maturity. How do you get mature, right? Mature is going out and doing things, right? Taking action, right? You heard Mike talk about it earlier in the call about taking action and getting out there and start doing things, right? And as you do those things, you're going to get experience, and that experience is going to grow you. It's going to grow in your experience of doing the marketing task or doing the blog or doing the video or doing the skill set, right? Or growing your mindset, right? It's those types of things that are going to help you mature and gain that experience. But as you gain those experiences, you're going to gain a few more things, right? And we talked about it on the call before. You're going to start gaining confidence. Why? Because you're going to go out there, you're going to have experience, you're going to be like, oh, that was bad, right? And then you're going to go do something else, you go, oh, that was right. Well, that experience is now giving you the intuition to know what to do when something happens, right? So you're being prepared. You're preparing yourself. The more you practice your skill set, the more you go out there and teach that skill set, right? The more you execute on it, you get more experience, get more maturity, right? You're gaining confidence. You're becoming decisive about knowing what to do, doing that right thing at the right time. And it all comes from that experience, right? And as you're getting this experience and you're starting to become good at doing the right thing at the right time, the thing that happens is you start to have an understanding of your environment. You know, sometimes you hear people saying, you know, Mike has his finger on the pulse. And Angie she just knows what to do. Why? Well, because they're getting out of their comfort zone and they're getting experience, they're getting maturity, right? They're becoming decisive, they're learning their market, their finger is on the pulse of what is happening because they're tapped in and tuned into what is happening within their market because of the experience that they have. And because of that, they understand when to pull the trigger and go harder and more money into the advertising, harder and more into the content, harder and more into syndication. And they understand when the environment, when to pull back, when to say, you know what, that opportunity is not working. I'm going to remove it from one of my funnels. Or that tool is not working as good as it used to in the previous version. I need to either look for another tool or I'm going to, you know, use the older version, right? It's that experience that helps them understand, what do I need to do? What is the right thing to do right now, right? So that is how, those are the factors of the law of timing you can implement, how you can learn how to do it. And it's just as simple as start taking action. Start taking daily action, start growing that experience, and as you grow experience, you're going to know what to do and when to do it.
All right, Jules is breaking up a little bit there, but most importantly, the experience. If you didn't get anything from that message just now, get that you have to build your experience, okay? You only gain experience by doing. And you're only getting, you know, and doing it over and over and over again. Once you got the experience, guys, that's when things start to really click in, right? They may not work the first, second, third time, but all of a sudden that fourth time, everything starts to click. Everything starts to lock in your mind, and you know exactly what you do, and your intuition starts to take over. So I want you guys to go out there today and get that experience that you need. Write down those 3 to 5 income-producing activities you need to do. Don't hesitate today. Just go out and knock them out as fast as you possibly can and say, you know what, I've done my income-producing activities today. Now let me sit back and watch this income roll in, because that's the type of industry we're in. That's the timing that we're in right now. You're in the right place at the right time. Take advantage of it. Don't waste any more time. Go out there and get the job done so you can finish up this week strong. I want to hear your success stories tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want you guys back so we can celebrate your success. You can text motivation to 77948. That's motivation to 77948. This is Mike Williams and Julian Tang. We'll see you tomorrow. Later. Love you.
See you guys. Have a fantastic day.